Hello, hello, my friends. Yes, same outfit as yesterday, and I really think that that's okay because, truth be told, I think that this video is kind of like an extension to my empties video. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my monthly candle collection update. Now, if you are new to my channel, this is a series that I started back in January when I decided to share my entire candle collection with all of you. And that really was not coming from a standpoint where I was desiring to be braggadocious. Instead, it was more from a place where I really wanted to know what candles were in my collection. The word that just kept coming to my mind was being intentional. I wanted to be intentional with my collection because I, I felt like if I knew what candles I already had, then I could avoid FOMO. I could really analyze my purchases. I could not impulse buy as much. And then the candles that I was purchasing or decided to purchase moving forward, I wanted to make sure that they complemented fragrances that I already had. So that way I could really thoroughly enjoy what I've sunk a lot of money into, to be quite honest with you guys. Yes, I do review candles here on my channel, so that also has a part to play, or a role to play, I should say, in the size of my collection. But anyways, I thought that by having a monthly series going on my channel was a way that I could hold myself accountable with all of you guys, by letting you know, like, hey, like some months I've done a better job of really being mindful about my purchases, and other months I've been like, I could have done a little bit better. So, yeah, that's basically the gist of this video. So what I do is that my words are getting twisted. Too much talking already. Basically, what I do in this video is I share with you the number of candles that I had in my collection at the beginning of May. I will let you know how many empties the total number of candles that I emptied. I will not go over all of the empties in this video. If you are curious to see what candles I finished burning, I did post that video yesterday, and I will have it linked in the description box down below, as well as at the very end of this video, so that way you guys can see my empties video if you haven't seen it yet. I also let you guys know if I decluttered any candles, because truth be told, again, the nature of my channel is that sometimes I need to focus on newer things to review, and the ones that I burn outside of, I guess you would say, like my priority reviewing candles, are candles that really have to spark joy for me, borrowing a phrase from Marie Kondo. And so every month it's kind of prompted within me just reevaluating what's in my collection and seeing if there's anything that I can part with. In fact, this month I ended up gifting quite a few candles to some friends. And then I also let you know how many candles I brought into my collection. A couple of videos I've already done, like some hauls on some candles, so I will direct you to those when I get to that portion of this video. But there are a couple of candles that I haven't shown you yet that I did purchase this month. So lots to talk about. Sorry for a very lengthy introduction. You guys know that I tend to be very verbose. Also, just letting you know that if you hear background noise going on, my children are out of school for the summertime, and they are home right now. So you might hear a little bit of background noise, and I hope it's not too distracting. But anyways, I'm trying to see what other bases do I need to cover. All of the candles that I talk about will be listed and linked in the description box down below. I'll have timestamps, dedicated reviews, all of that information. There's a wealth of it down there, so make sure you check that out. Affiliate codes, if I have any discount codes, all of that is down there. So that's enough of an intro. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on with my collection lately. So I began the month with 99 candles in my collection, which is a lot, right? That's just a lot. So I did, if you happen to have caught my empties video yesterday, I did finish burning 21 candles out of my collection. Yay! So that brought me down to a total of, what would that be, 78 candles. I then proceeded to declutter 9 candles. And so I'm going to list off the candles that made their way out of my collection this month for various reasons. So the first candle that I decluttered was Pumpkin Cheesecake. I had a medium-sized tumbler of this fragrance. I know that this one, I believe, has been discontinued from Kringle Candle, and I actually ended up gifting that one to my mother-in-law. She is not a seasonal burner. She tends to like gourmand fragrances. She likes homey, cozy fragrances, or she loves citrus. So I decided that, she kind of came and asked me, she's like, I've kind of run out of candles. Do you have anything that you're willing to part with? She's so sweet. She helps us out with so much. So I never, ever mind, I would give her a lot more if I could. So I always pass things on to her. And I said, sure, come sniff in my collection. And she liked that fragrance. So pumpkin cheesecake went to my mother-in-law. I also had a half-burned Rosemary Lemon. And I really didn't have any other fragrances currently in my collection that I saw myself pairing that fragrance with. And you guys know I love that scent, but I'm a seasonal burner, and that is very much like a March. I might burn it through like the middle of April, but after that, I really don't burn it anymore. I sometimes might burn it in like January, February, but it's definitely an earlier part of the year fragrance for me. And I thought, you know what? She loved that fragrance, and I thought, I've got half of it sitting here in my collection. I don't need to hold on to it. So I did go ahead and give that to her. If you have been keeping up with my candle chat series, you guys know that I talked about this candle, and my friend Drew Yock and I had a very similar experience with it. I tried to give it a few more chances, and you guys, it just did not work out for me. Charred Pineapple, which was part of the new spring and summer launch over at Country Candle, I don't know what happened to that fragrance, but I really enjoyed it at the beginning. When I got it back in February, I was loving it. I was burning it with the strawberry lemonade. I said that it smelled like freshly grilled pineapple right off of the grill. It was good. I really, really liked it. However, when I brought it back out and lit it this month, it smelled like natural gas. And I don't mean like flatulence. I mean like cooking gas, like propane or something like that. It was very bizarre. And I was like, this is weird. And it's so funny because my friend Drew messaged me and said he was having the same experience with that candle. So maybe our noses are off. I did end up decluttering that one. Actually, a friend of mine wanted it. She loves pineapple fragrances, and she was like, no, I like the way this one smells. So I said, here, you can have it. Going along with the was it another pineapple fragrance? Yes, another pineapple fragrance that I gifted to that same friend. It was Coconut Pina Colada from Bath and Body Works. If you happen to have caught my dedicated review on that one, I said that it was okay for me. It kind of fell in what I typically describe a lot of Bath and Body Works fragrances. Their cocktail fragrances tend to be very artificial to me. And there was something about it that I just didn't love. And again, I'm just at that point where you guys, I'm getting kind of cutthroat with my candle collection. If I don't love a fragrance, I usually look for somebody else who might really enjoy that one. And she loved it on Cold Sniff. She loves coconut pineapple type of fragrances. So I happily gave that to her. So she was very appreciative. And here's the thing I always want to say, you guys, like that Charred Pineapple was a fragrance that I received in PR. And I've said this before when I've done this video, but in case you're new, you may not know this. Anytime that I am passing along a fragrance that doesn't work out for me, even if it's one that I receive in PR, I actually don't really feel bad about that, because oftentimes I am introducing the brand to friends who are not familiar with Kringle or Homeworks. Most of them are familiar with Bath and Body Works and Yankee, but they're not. Kringle and Homeworks is still kind of, I don't want to say they're fringe brands, but they're just not as well known or as recognizable to the casual candle burner as they are to us, here within the community. So I never really feel bad about passing on some items that maybe I didn't pay for or that I received in PR, because I did do a dedicated review on it. I feel like I ethically did the right thing with it. But then it just wasn't for me, and somebody else could derive enjoyment from it, and then maybe they make a new customer. So anyways, I just always want to put that out there, that it's not me being ungrateful or anything like that. It's just that, I've got a lot of candles to burn through, and time is of the essence sometimes, especially when I like to burn candles within certain seasons. So getting back on the rails here, another fragrance that I actually just decluttered yesterday. I did get my hair done. You guys probably noticed it's a lot blonder than it was last week in some of my videos. I gifted to my hairdresser. I had some Gingerlily and Palm from Kringle Candle left over from last year. And I also had Avocado and Palm left over from last year. Now, both of those fragrances I really enjoy. They're kind of like lighter, calm type of fragrances. They would kind of remind me of a fragrance that I would smell maybe in like a very nice upscale hotel lobby, like a resort type of fragrance. Very, very nice fragrances. They're kind of soft. But again, you guys, they're not new fragrances. And while I like them, I don't love them enough that those are the ones that I want to be burning outside of the time that I am dedicating towards reviewing candles. So I did decide to go ahead and part with both of those fragrances because they also were more of like a medium strength and throw. They weren't powerhouses in my home. And my hairstylist has, she works outside of like a home studio, like, or a home, she has like a salon, I guess, built off of her property, and it's a smaller space. And so I've noticed when I've gone in there that she likes to burn candles like that. So I gifted those to her. And then a couple of other fragrances that I didn't burn at all, but I gifted them were pink bubblegum, you guys. That one was sent to me in PR. And I just decided, you know what? I wasn't very excited about burning it. It's not a bad fragrance. It's just that those bubblegum is not a fragrance that's right up my alley, but I do know that it's kind of popular, I guess, on like TikTok and whatnot. And so I did gift that to somebody I know here in the community. I actually gifted it to my dance studio owner. I have a little I don't want to say side hustle, but I teach dance at a local dance studio. And so I gave that candle to our studio owner as just kind of a little end of the year, calm down after the dance recital gift. And then one of my really good friends had a birthday earlier in May, and I gifted her coconut birch that is from Homeworks. I did purchase that candle during the National Fragrance Week. That is definitely a kind of a muskier coconut fragrance. In fact, I kept smelling it and I was like, this smells like something I've smelled before. And it's funny because the fragrance notes are completely different. But if you like sage and citrus or citrus and sage, I think that I can't remember which one is which. Yankee has one, Kringle has one, and they're pretty much the same fragrance. For whatever reason, that coconut birch fragrance reminds me a lot of citrus and sage. So I liked it, but I didn't love it. And my friend loves kind of like muskier fragrances like that. And so she loved it. So I said, here, you can have it. And then another fragrance that I can't believe I parted with this one because I love this fragrance so much, but I did have 3 of them in my collection. I did gift a Homeworks banana maple pancakes. I know I love that scent so much. I gifted it to my good friend who helped watch my kids while my husband and I, when we went on vacation back in April. For those of you who might be new, my husband and I took a Caribbean cruise, just the 2 of us, back in April. And so I had a good friend help out with my 3 kids while we were gone. So I did gift her that banana maple pancakes. She's actually on her very first cruise as I am filming this, and I'm so anxious to hear what she thought about it. She's up in Alaska right now. So I feel like she might like that like cozy type of fragrance when she gets back. So if you were keeping track, I decluttered 9 fragrances from my candle collection. So we were at 78, dropped down another 9. So where are we at now? 69 fragrances in my collection. And then let's go ahead and talk about all of the candles that came into my collection in the month of May. So I will just touch on the candles that I purchased from Bath & Body Works. I did do 2 Bath & Body Works haul videos in the month of May. So if you are curious to see my thoughts more in depth of all of these candles and for me to showcase them, you can check out those haul videos. They will be linked below. I purchased, you guys, 5 Palo Santo vanilla candles this month. There were a couple of good sales. That is a fragrance that is in my top 15 from Bath & Body Works ever. I only had 2 last year and I was kicking myself for not having more. So I made sure to get all of those before they sold out because I really love that fragrance. Don't be surprised if I purchase more of them during SAS. Love that fragrance. On and on, we all know. I also purchased 2 Summer Boardwalk, which is one of my favorite summer to fall transitional fragrances. And I feel like that one sells out pretty quickly at Bath & Body Works, so I wanted to make sure I got my hands on that. I did try out the new Roasted Sesame. That was part of the AAPI month, like celebration. Okay, that's a word. Celebration. And I really like that fragrance. A lot of people were comparing it to pumpkin peanut brittle. I didn't have that fragrance back in the day, so I can't make an accurate yay or nay assessment of that. But I did do a dedicated review of that. That is also another fragrance that I see myself probably, maybe repurchasing, but also burning that more towards like the end of the summer. I also purchased Under the Sun, which if you caught my review on that one earlier this week, you will know that I am actually planning to exchange that candle possibly for Roasted Sesame, or maybe one of the new candles that's being released for SAS. But I was not, go watch the review on that one and you'll understand why I was a little bit disappointed in that. I did purchase another Hummingbird Tea Cake that has also made my favorites list from Bath & Body Works. I am really enjoying pairing that one right now with Kringle Candles Fruit and Flakes. So if you have both of those in your collection, that's a great morning time scent here in the summertime. They both have little like hints of like spice or banana in them. And it's kind of like a good gourmand twist on a summer fragrance. And Santorini Coast from Bath & Body Works, I purchased 3 of those. You guys know I love that scent a lot. It's also in the top 15. So, and Citrus Grove, that was the other one. I've already burned through that one. So that one, those were some fun candles that I purchased from Bath & Body Works. And like I said, I do have haul videos that you can go and check those out if you want to see more in depth. I am realizing as I'm looking at this list right now that I forgot to write down 2 candles on here, so I'm glad I just thought of them. So I did receive 4 candles in PR from Homeworks this month. I did receive two candles from their Backyard Barbecue collection, which was Watermelon Margarita, which if you caught my Empties video, you guys know I've already burned through all of that, and the Pineapple Melon Salsa. That Pineapple Melon Salsa, I wish it was a little bit stronger, but that, I really, really, really enjoy that fragrance. Like to the point where I think I might buy a backup of it at another point this summer, because I don't typically like pineapple fragrances, but I think I like the pineapple mixed with the, they just listed as a melon accord, but I think that it's honeydew in there. No, there's cilantro pictured on there, but I don't smell any cilantro in that candle. I really like that fragrance. And then they also sent me 2 candles. These are the ones I forgot to write down, but they just came to mind. They sent me 2 candles from their Carnival collection, and that would be the Bing Cherry Cola and the salted, I think it's Salted Soft Pretzel. Both of those candles did come into my collection this month. Both of those, I actually see myself pulling those back out probably, I would say late July, early August. I will be burning more of those, but all 4 of those candles that I just mentioned, I do have dedicated reviews on. So if you're curious about my thoughts on them, you can go ahead and check those out. All right, so those are all ones that have already kind of been showcased in other avenues here on my channel, other videos, I should say. So let's go ahead and talk about the candles that there are 4 other candles here that I have not shown you that I purchased this month. All right, so Kringle Candle was running a pretty good sale around Mother's Day, and I was pretty good. I exercised restraint because they had a buy one, get one on select 2-wick large jars, or the large tumblers. And for me, you guys know, I've said this several times, I tend to prefer like the 3-wick format or smaller candles, just because I have so many candles and I like the satisfaction of getting through all of them. However, I did purchase a couple of candles during that sale. Nobody will be surprised. This is one of the candles that when I go to do my favorite fragrances from Kringle Candle ever, this one will probably make the list. This is Ice Cream Sandwiches. So this, I was sent one of these in PR in this large 2-wick tumbler. I am at about the halfway point of burning through that one. I also purchased it in a 3-wick, and then when they had this sale, I was like, that's a fragrance that if they got rid of it, I would be really, really disappointed. So I did purchase another one of these. I love burning this fragrance with the Bananas Foster. If you have that fragrance, it pairs really nicely. If you have Homeworks Banana Daiquiri in your collection, spoiler alert, Homeworks is not done with releasing summer fragrances. I just gave a hint that that fragrance might be making a comeback this summer. Hint, hint. But I have 2 of those in my collection right now, and I've been burning the ice cream sandwiches with that one. And you know what? Another fragrance, it's on clearance right now over at Yankee Candle. You know what other fragrance burns really nicely with this one? If you have that iced banana pop, ooh, try combining these two. So, so good. I actually just was burning that combo before I sat down to film this video today, but I love this scent. It's very much toasted coconut. You get a little bit of those like ice cream sprinkles in here and a hint of chocolate. Some people smell more chocolate than, whereas my nose definitely picks up more toasted coconut, but my friend Connor says he picks up chocolate more. And I feel like the consensus is like split 50-50 in the Kringle group. But I do know that a lot of people love this fragrance. A lot of people are like, yeah, that's a really good one. So I did make sure I purchased another one of those. And I was being very mindful that my summer candle collection is there's a lot in the summer lineup, and I was like, you know what, I need to start thinking about fall. And this is one of the fragrances that I purchased last year. It's not new to Kringle. It's been around for a long time, but it's one of the ones kind of in their core lineup that is really good. This is apple cider donut. So I decided that I wanted another one of these in my collection. This is a fragrance that I really enjoy burning in the month of September. September tends to be very apple heavy for me. Oh, I love this one. It's that very sweet cider type of apple. I am somebody, I loved Bath and Body Works Cider Lane. And while this is not the same fragrance, it gives me similar vibes to it. So if you're somebody who liked that fragrance at Bath and Body Works, the apple note that's in, the caramel apple note that's in, what's the fragrance? Summer Boardwalk is very similar to Cider Lane. But this is nice. It's maybe not as caramelized. I don't really detect a caramel apple in here at all, but it's definitely that, like, there's some mulling spices in here, the cider note. Oh, just a really, really good one. And I burned through an entire one last year, and I knew that I wanted another one in my collection. And then I hinted at this yesterday in my empties video, because if you saw that video, you saw that I finished burning through one of these already, and I wanted another one. This is Juicy Strawberry from the Kringle Reserve lineup. This came out in, I want to say this was originally released in like spring of 2023. They did restock it back in April of this year when they did that whole reserve restock. So I brought it back out again. This pairs so nicely. If you have like croissant type of fragrances, if you have bread fragrances, it also pairs nicely with like a vanilla ice cream. But I've said many times that this is a very authentic strawberry fragrance. It's not sugared bakery gourmand type of strawberry. This is very much like you just freshly picked a strawberry off of the vine. You get the actual like berry fruit note with it, but you get the green stem accord in there as well. Ooh, really, really like this one. There's another reserve fragrance that I think I'm going to plan to purchase. Country Candle is going to, which is a subsidiary of Kringle, will be having a new launch coming up on Thursday, June 6th. And I'm going to do a whole video on that coming up here pretty soon for you guys to go over all of the fragrances that will be offered. But I am heavily considering purchasing another Lime Splash from the Reserve lineup, because that's another Reserve candle that's been performing really well for me, and I think I want another one of them. All right, and while we are talking about lime fragrances, because I like lime fragrances, this one I didn't really talk about. I don't think I let anybody know that I purchased this candle, but this was in a duo at QVC, and conveniently, QVC had sent me I think it was like a $10 off coupon, and you didn't have to twist my arm to purchase this. This is Key Lime Cake. Now, my friend Fiona says that she believes that this one is not coming to the Slatkin & Co website, that I think it was a QVC exclusive. It looks like the label on it, it looks like it would have been part of the Backyard Barbecue collection, but maybe it was just an exclusive for QVC. Regardless, you guys, the fragrance notes on this are fluffy white cake, tart key lime, orange zest, vanilla bean frosting. Oh, this one is so good. This reminds me a lot, if you like Yankee Candle's vanilla lime, you would like this one. I love that fragrance. If Yankee offered that more in the signature collection, I would purchase it. I don't like burning paraffin candles, which is why I haven't purchased it from Yankee. But this came in a duo, so I have 2 of these, and oh man, am I excited that I have these, because it's a good one. This is really, really good. So I plan to get to burning this one very soon. I will do a dedicated review for you guys. I think a couple of people said that this sold out the other day. I was noticing that in the Homeworks Facebook group. But this is a really good fragrance. I hope that it smells just as good burning as it does on cold sniff, because this is really nice. You get that lime. I smell some vanilla. I don't smell a ton of cake, but I do get a gourmand bakery aspect to this on cold sniff. But this one is really, really yummy. I'm very excited to have that one in my collection. So if we are keeping tabs here, that means that this month, between all of the candles that came in, I brought in 23 candles into my collection. So we were at what? 69 candles. And so if I brought in 23 candles, that means that I now have 92 candles in my collection. So I had a net loss of 7 candles this month. My goal has been to get it under 75 candles. I don't know if that's very realistic just because of the nature of my channel, but I will tell you that halfway through the year, or almost halfway through the year now, I'm very happy that I did decide to kind of take this challenge to myself. I would encourage you, maybe if you're trying to fight FOMO, or if you are wanting to just be a little bit more deliberate in your candle purchasing, to do an inventory of what you have. Be aware of what fragrances might complement scents that you already have. That's why I oftentimes, you will notice in a lot of my dedicated reviews or in my candle chats, I'm always throwing out suggestions for other fragrances that these candles pair nicely with, not because I'm trying to like sell you on other candles, but more so I know a lot of you guys probably have those candles already in your collection. And so I'm just kind of throwing out some fragrance pairings so that way you can enjoy your candle collection as much as I have been. So I'm pretty happy to see that number has gone down this month. I will tell you that I did participate in some of the Memorial Day sales that were going on last weekend. I did participate in the Kringle 3 wicks that were 50% off. I'm not including them in this video because the candles are not yet here in front of me, so they are going to be part of I will tally them up in my June total. I also, fun little teaser here, I also purchased candles from a brand I have never purchased from before. I've heard a lot of people talk about them here on social media. They're a big brand, but I've heard very mixed reviews about them. And so I've never been willing to really spend the money on them, but they were running some pretty fantastic deals over the Memorial Day holiday. And I decided to go ahead and place a small order with them. So I will have a video coming up about that haul. Feel free to comment down below if you think you know what brand I'm referring to. But I did purchase a small haul from them. And so that haul video will be coming up. I am planning to shop Bath & Body Works SAS. I'm going to go in and sniff the candles. You guys, I'm not going to purchase candles just for the sake of review. I genuinely have to like them on cold sniff. So, you know, I'll probably have a couple of haul videos coming up for you guys this month, and little bit of a just throwing it out there. Like I said earlier, Kringle and Homeworks, neither one of them are done with summertime. We know that the country lineup is going to have some new releases, like I said, on this Thursday. Video coming soon about that. But they've got some things up their sleeve that I'm not allowed to divulge yet, but lots of fun stuff coming up on my channel this month. And Hallmarks has also sent me some PR that will be released pretty soon. So lots of fun things coming up. Lots of additions will probably be made. But I'm still, I'm still being pretty intentional here about what I am burning. So probably, I don't think it'll be next. Will it be next weekend? I think next weekend I'll have my early June candle chat. So I will keep you guys updated about what candles I've brought into my rotation for this month. Give you guys some candle pairings, give you guys some updates on how some candles are burning for me. And as always, I'm going to go ahead and keep up with a lot of the dedicated reviews that I have had going on my channel. So, that was a lot. tried to make this video shorter. Could I do it? No. I know I had a comment last week about somebody saying that like I needed to shorten my videos, but truth be told, you guys, if you're looking for short form content, I'm probably not going to be your girl. I like to have a very organic type of style of video where I sit down and just kind of have a conversation among friends. I like to be thorough. I like to give you guys all of the information that I feel like you need to know for a lot of these candles, and sometimes I just can't condense that down into like a shorter script. So I actually don't really follow a script. Like I kind of give an outline, but anyways, you guys, now I'm starting to ramble. So please hit thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to share it or subscribe to my channel if you are new. I like to talk all things candles here on my channel. So if you found some encouragement from this video, I try to do that here on my channel. I try to find the balance between talking about the new stuff, but also enjoying the old stuff too. So I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.